University. I come from Corps of Engineers. And we were the first in the country, way back in 2001, to develop something called as Counter Remote Control IED Initiator, pre-initiator. That was the time between 1990 to 2000 when the valley had got infested with remote control IEDs, which were based on radios and blown using a transmitter or a mobile.
Oh.
And it was playing havoc with our security forces. We suffered large number of casualties, not so much in operations, but more due to ID attacks. These are improvised explosive devices. And I was in the valley from 1996 to 1998, before I went to Kargil War. And we lost a lot of people in the convoy getting attacked, and there was no solution. The conventional IDs, there were some sort of solution. So we, from 7 Engineer Regiment, we decided to take it upon ourselves to solve this problem. And fortunately for us, when we embarked on this, we managed to get a cache of about 50 IED boxes. When we examined these, they all looked something similar, and but we couldn't crack how to understand. And this is a time when India was not into so much technology. Technology startups were what you have available today were not available. Very few companies actually worked on technology, and we didn't know whom to approach even to support us. But we did our own analytics, and we found out that these boxes we had caught were basically transceivers, and they all had a 10-digit code behind them. When we broke this 10-digit code by repeated algorithms, mental algorithms, we found that these codes had some commonality. The first 6 digits represented the citizen band in frequency. The last 4 digits represented some sort of a DTMF code which would initiate and fire the IED. So when we had cracked this, we knew we had cracked the problem. Now what's the solution? So to find the solution, I had to get hold of Garmin GPS, again imported stuff, to run it through over a entire citizen band frequency cycle with 5 band
Gaps
spectrums,
yeah.
and run these DTMF codes over each of these frequency band, which means it took us about almost 2 hours to run the entire spectrum with entire permutation combination of 1 to 10 digits in all these 4 numbers, and it had to be automated.
That's almost 10,000 iterations?
More.
Oh, okay.
4, so you can do how much that will be.
Yeah.
10, so that's a combination permutation formula you have to apply for that.
10p4, I think.
10, oh, that's good. You're a math student, man. Good.
Yeah.
It'll be 10p4. That's it. So you can work it out how much that will be. And it has to have a certain duration too. So it took us nearly 2 hours to run through the whole thing. We needed almost 120 radio sets for this and the power to run it. But when we did succeed in putting the system together with the necessary control system, where we did not have smart chips those days, it had to be human designed. And we deployed this, we found that IEDs were getting pre-initiated even before the convoy, well before the convoy is reached.
And you mean to say they were pre-programmed to blast at a certain time?
So what happens is that an IED has a transceiver and it's got a detonator which attached to the explosive. And how this works is the transceiver sends a message before the convoy comes to switch it on. So it is always transmitting though and receiving. So it switches on, gets ready. As the targeted vehicle passes over, they push the second DTMF button, it blasts. That's how it used to work. We didn't know how to stop it because we did not have jammers which can stop this. Instead of jamming, let's say pre-initiate it. So the pre-initiating was that when we ran this entire cycle early morning from 5 to 8 to twice over, the IEDs which were blasted within in those ranges which are deployed would get blasted.
Oh, wow. So this was happening.
We had instances where militants, while planting, had a blast on their face and
they were sent.
Yes. So that was the biggest breakthrough achieved in technology, and that was my tryst with real deep technology then.
I love adventure. I wish more of our young people took adventure sports. I mean, our youth needs to expand beyond cricket, we need to be producing more people like, doing. So sir, in 1989, you circumnavigated the globe in a yacht without GPS.
Without GPS.
Did your mom not stop you? Or you didn't let her know that, or you just told her that I'm coming from a whole trip. I mean, how did you get inspired? I mean, of course, you are, you are from the forces, and our men know no fear from the forces. But what was the inspiration, sir, for this particular journey?
So being from the forces alone doesn't give you this kind of spirit of adventure. It's a part of the process. But we had gone on what at that time we will call as extreme adventure. Going into the high seas without communication, without a GPS, using what we call as just a sextant, and trying to sail across in a small yacht.
Where did you travel from?
So the entire travel started from Bombay and returned back to Vizag.
Wow.
Yeah. And I did a very long leg. I mean, I started from Panama and sailed back to India. I was there for almost
From Panama to?
back to India.
Wow.
So
Can you
almost for
just
3
tell
months.
us how 3 months?
Yes.
In 3 months, you were in a wind
Small
propelled
yacht.
sail
Yes.
yacht.
Yes.
How many people?
6.
6 people. Okay. I mean, for today, I'd like to tell my young audience that without WhatsApp, that's enough to kill them.
Yeah.
Okay. So
We had none.
you had 6 people able to be in high seas. Which all oceans did you cross, sir?
The Pacific Ocean, the Atlantic Ocean, come down this side. Of course, we landed up in Indian Ocean. So primarily the Pacific Ocean, and then you came down to the Malacca Strait, cross that, and then come to the Indian Ocean.
Oh, so for 6 people in a yacht, and did you have food or you were
Cooking on our own.
cooking from the sea?
Yeah, we would catch something from the sea sometimes. We carry some pre-cooked stuff, something we used to cook. So we had to do everything ourselves.
Wow. Okay. Did you write any book on that, sir?
Yeah, it's in the process.
It's in the process. We are definitely going to look forward to that book.
So that was my another Tryst technology.
Okay.
And that's the reason, one of the reasons why I understand this drone technology a bit more than most people. Because those who just work on drones are able to talk about either of electronics of drones or the aerodynamics of drones. But the drone is not driven just by this. The drone has a full ecosystem. It's a far complex machine than what it looks like. It needs a navigation system. So my understanding of navigation, because of usage of sextant and usage of stars to navigate ourselves when there was nothing around you except visibility of few stars during day or night, helped me understand how a GPS or a GNSS or a Galileo or a Baidu or now India's Navik works. Conceptual understanding I have. So when we discuss drones which needs to be navigated using this and what challenges we will face or how best to exploit a system, I tend to be slightly better off than the others. So this journey about adventure was not just about physical courage, physical bravado, so to say, but also about a huge learning experience of ocean currents, of measuring tidal waves, of measuring wind speeds, of understanding squalls, of understanding different navigational aspects. So the experience I have come back with that, I think no books can teach.